you have some information given to you. You can see there's lots of unknowns and you're trying to find what they are. So that suggests to you that there is a simultaneous equation going on here, or a system of equations. So let's try and write down the information I know. So I'm going to say, first of all, that E is the number of elderly tickets. So E is equal to the number of elderly tickets that are sold. S, and I'm going to put a line through it just so that I don't get it confused with a 5, is equal to the number of student tickets that are sold. And then the last one is R, which is equal to the number of regular tickets. So you might have called them something different, which is fine, but that's the way that I've called them, E, S, and R, from the information that we're told. And you're told that there was a total of 8,500 tickets sold. So that means that the number of elderly plus the number of student plus the number of regular must have equaled 8,500. And then we're looking for some more information. So the proceeds were 64,600. Now, given that an elderly ticket costs 5, that means 5 times the number of elderly tickets plus 6 times the number of student tickets, because they're $6 a day, and then 850 times the number of regular tickets must equal my profit of 64,600. And then I'm looking for one more equation. And I know that I need 3 because I have 3 unknowns, E, S, and R. And you're told that twice as many student tickets were sold as elderly tickets. So that means that 2E is equal to S. So I need to rearrange that into the same form. You can see for my others, I have E, S, R, and then my number. And I want to put it into the same way. So that means that I have 2E minus S. Okay, I'm taking the S to the other side, and that equals 0. Now I have no regular tickets. There's no mention of it here, and that equals to 0. So now I can go to my calculator, and I'm going to type all of that information in. So I'm going to go to apps, and then on mine it's number 9, Polysymut 2, systems of equations, and I have 3 equations and 3 unknowns. So I'm going to click next, and I'm going to type in my information. So the first one, I have 1E, 1S, 1R, and that equals 8,500. The next one, I have 5E and 6S, and then I have 8.5R, and that equals my profit, which was 64,600. And then the last one, I have 2E, I have minus 1S, I have 0Z, and that equals 0. And now I'm going to solve, and I can see there my answer, which is 900x, which was my first part, which was the E. I have 1,800 for the S, which was my second part, and 5,800 for Z, which was my regular. So I can now write down that E is equal to 900 tickets, that S is equal to 1,800 tickets, and the R is equal to 5,800 tickets. And that's my final answer. So in terms of the marks, there's 1 mark for defining what your variables are. There is 1 mark for one of these 3 equations, and there's, for 2 of the equations, and then there's a second mark if you've got all 3 equations, and then you have an answer mark as well. And there's only 1 answer mark because it's expecting you just to type them into the calculator, and therefore they should be all correct, or if you've gone wrong, none of them would be correct.